is up, party people? Andre here. About to get started on the Viggen. So last night got the car up in the air, wheels off, got the axle nuts loosened on either side. Goal is to get the subframe off in about an hour. The only thing I need to do in addition is I'd prefer to get this thing top dead center, as I should. So I'm going to do that now, which requires me to take off this little shield cover that's over the crank pulley. So I figured the best way to go about this is to show you what I'm going to take off instead of jamming the camera down by me while I'm working, because that's going to be next to near impossible with the setup that I have now. So I figure it's going to be better to show you what we're going to be taking off. So I'm going to step over to the camera now, pick it up with the tripod, and we're going to kind of point it in angles and show you what we're going to be taking off here. So without further ado, let's get started. I got my flashlight here so I can point to things. It's going to be kind of annoying working with this tripod, but alright, so first things first, obviously, battery. It's 12 or 13 millimeter, negative off, positive off first. You got that little clamp, pretty sure that's a 13. Take that off. That's holding this thing, out comes the battery. Next thing, we're going to want to set this thing to top dead center. Got the engine bar on last night. But top dead center, which requires us to take off the cover that is holding the, well, not holding the, but it's covering the crank pulley. So that's one here. That's not the OEM bolt. That's something I put in there because the OEM one broke. And then you have, I think that's a 7, and then there's another 7 down there. If not, a Torx. And if they're Torxes, what's the plural of Torxes? Torxi. If they're little torque bolts, they're probably T20s or T25s. I can't recall, but it's okay. We'll get under there in just a moment. The next thing we're going to want to do, since we're taking off the subframe, is going to be taking out the rear engine mount bolt. So let's see. I don't know if we can see. We should be able to see it from up here, but it's kind of hard to tell. There's the shifter assembly. There's the tie rods. Where are you? It's behind. Okay, let me see. Put it this way at this angle. I can show it to you from behind here. Where are you, little buddy? I know you're back here somewhere. So I always take you out. Camera's zooming in on the bar. Let me try the other side here. Let me see if I shine it. Okay. Very difficult that you're looking at my shitty brake booster here. But maybe it's tough. Tough because the camera's zooming in on everything but what I want it to zoom in on. Okay, actually, I think that's it. Okay, you see that tiny little brown, the tiny little brown spot? I'm pretty sure that's the, it's zooming in on the wrong thing. Okay, that's it. That's the arm leading behind the shifter. That's the arm. You can see the top of the tie rod there. But that's the bolt. See that little bump out? I'm trying to stabilize the camera. This sucks. I'm sorry, guys. It's a bad spot. But it's right down there, hidden behind this tie rod, the driver's side. You can see it's a tiny little brown nut. That's the bolt that we need to take off. That is on the bracket for the rear engine mount. And again, I do apologize for the view. I know it's not the prettiest, but you'll see it on the subframe when I take it off. And then we have 6 bolts on the bottom. So now let's swing down to the bottom of the car. This is going to be fun. Coming in here with this. Okay. Let's see how this view looks. Okay, so these shields have to come off, obviously. Here's the bottom. Let me see. Swing this way and turn the camera. Okay, so these shields have to come off on either side, and that's the front of the subframe. There's a bolt there, and it's the same on the other side. Then you have, work our way back, you have another bolt here. That's the middle one that connects to the body right there. And then you have the rear, which is on the rear arm. That one there. And this one has a washer in between the body and the subframe. Very important that you keep that there when you remove this and disconnect the position. And maybe from here, now you can see the bottom part of the, see that, let me see, there's my flashlight. Okay, see that bracket right there? That's the rear engine mount. So we've got to take the nut that holds that. It's a single nut. You can get it from the top with a couple of extensions. It's really awkward, but you tuck it in behind the tie rod and you can crack it and get it off. And then when you disconnect everything else, it just slides right down. The only other thing you have to take out is the, let me spin the camera here, the nut on the ball joint there. So you've got to take that out on either side. I still can't see it, sorry, the tripod. There you go, there's one on either side. Oh, good, a spider web. It's only been sitting here for 2 days and already the spiders have taken over. So, that's what we have to take out this morning. So, not the craziest job, it's actually pretty easy, but it requires everything be supported and well, I hope that was clear enough. I'm sure that was a little sloppy, but it's, I mean, come on guys, how am I supposed to get the camera down there with me, jam it in? Again, the setup that I have now, it'll be pretty tough. Again, with the phone on a tripod on a gimbal, it's a little cumbersome. So I do apologize for some of those angles, but with time, it'll get better. As of right now, we're just going to go ahead and get this cover off first, set this thing top dead center so at least we know it's set, and then we can go ahead and start actually removing the rest of the subframe. I would just rather have this set before I try turning the engine when this thing is only hanging on the bar and the one engine mount, and well, the two engine mounts on this side. I'd rather move it now and get it locked and loaded before I start loosening all the bolts and dropping the subframe. Yeah, without further ado, let's get it going. So first thing, let's get this cover off. It's a 7. Change on my tape. Pretty sure this is in 10s. Let's put one down here. Oh, actually, let's give it a 10. Pretty sure it's a 7. No. It's an 8. Yep, it's an 8. Some of the clamps are 7s. I don't know, guys. I was gonna play some music, but I don't know. I know everyone's taste in music is different. I was gonna play some drum and bass. That way we know timing-wise what's going on, but it's not a necessity. There's another. Oh, this is actually a good point to bring up. This is going to be tough to show, but there's a 10 millimeter that's hidden. I'll show you when I take the full thing off. But there's a 10 millimeter that's hidden just above the inner CV. So, not necessarily hidden, but it's kind of annoying because it's tucked away. Yeah, this is a good opportunity actually to, and again, I know I'm talking, I don't know how well the mic is going to pick up my voice inside the wheel well here, but I have a set of axles that I've actually just stripped and cleaned, and I have to re-grease and put new boots on, so that would be a good opportunity actually to change the axles on both sides and clean this up, because these are also old, used axles. If you have a Viggen, boy, do you know the hell that we live in with these axles, and praying that nothing ever goes wrong, because it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare trying to... I've had nothing but issues trying to find boots. And I've ordered them from the 9.5, and I just keep getting wrong ones, and finally found some that worked. Oh, crows are out. Okay. That's the cover off. I'm sure what I'm talking about. I figure maybe this would be the best way to do it. That way you guys kind of see. All right. Cha-ching. Here's the bracket. Well, it's not a bracket, Jesus. It's the cover. This is the cover that sits over the crank pulley. So you've got the 7 here, 7. The 8 here. You got another 8 on the bottom that goes right into the frame. And then here's that one I was talking about that's just above. I'm pointing it down. Smart. Here's the one that's just above the inner CD, like I was talking about. You can see I'm getting a little bit of grease getting thrown around now. And then here's where I drilled this and put a different size because mine was stripped. So I just ran a bolt through and through. That way it holds it in place. In my case, it's a 12 millimeter, and yours it maybe a 10 or maybe even smaller. So where we are now, we'll do the crank pulley. Crank pulley, I'm pretty sure is a 30 or a 32. Now that I think about it, it might be a 32. Or maybe it's smaller, actually. Yeah, no, 32 is too big. Is it a 30? No, it might be a 28. I'm just throwing numbers out there now. Oh, I can't remember. Okay, I have a 30 and a 28. Let's see. I can't remember. 30? Nope. 28. Yep. 28's the one. It's a little loose, but I ain't gonna stay. We're just turning it. We're not taking the bolt off. Although we will eventually have to take the bolt off, but we want to top dead center before we do that. So we're gonna have to check this oil pump. Maybe 27 is the best size, but this is 26. I think this is going to be too small. I'll try it anyway. Yeah, 26 is too small. 28 has like the slightest bit of play, so it makes me think that maybe 27 is the perfect size, but I don't think I have a 27, so 28 it is. Never mind, I do have a 27. It's a 27 12 point. Let's see. Prefer the 6. That's tight though. 27 it is, baby. 27 on that crank pulley, guys. 2 is the axle nut. Alright, top dead center. Here we are. So I'll show you once I bring this around where the alignment mark is. Let me get my flashlight. I'll bring the camera back around. That way you can see what I'm talking about. Just get this out so I can see the alignment mark. Perfect. This is a perfect angle to show you guys. I really think that my bottom end might be okay, if I'm honest, because it's never made a peep. That doesn't mean that there isn't damage, I know. It's very wishful thinking, but I really have a feeling that my bottom end might be okay, although I am prepared for the worst. Just get this set up to TDC. Okay, it's the stuff. All right, here we are. So let me get the camera now, show you guys where top dead center is. And everything is still aligned perfectly on the head. I mean, as good as it can be. It's tough to get these marks perfect, but these are pointed straight up. The cam lobes have lined up with their check marks too. I mean, I couldn't have done a better job setting the timing. It's spot on, but still far. So, okay. So here we are again. All right, let's see how this angle's going to be. Ugh. Okay. Ooh, this is tough. Alright, there's the marker. How do I show this to you guys? Okay. So there's the mark. Ooh, this is tough. This is tough. Okay, you will see. Oh, let me zoom in on the camera. Okay, you will see that notch on the timing cover as I try and play around with the light here. Okay, there you go. You see that little cutout? Hold on. Shine the light in a different way. Okay, right there. See that little cutout? That's the timing marker that you're looking for to line up on the side of the timing cover. So, trying to get the light in a position where you can, it was kind of good before, but let's see if maybe from up top. Not really. There you go. So there's the mark on the timing cover and that notch just below it. See that? They gotta line up just like that. So, sorry guys. It's the best angle I could do. Shining from the top is tricky because I'm limited on space, but you might be able to see it from here. Ooh, sorry. There you go. It's not focusing on the belt, damn it. Focus on the mark. Oh, what if I zoom out actually? Okay. How about... Okay, there's the timing mark. Can't really see where I've lined it up, but there's a notch on the wheel that you have to line up essentially, so. You guys are smart, educated saw builders. Sorry about that, guys, if that wasn't super clear, but that's essentially the mark you want to aim for. So now that this is top dead center, you know that that's all set. The next thing I'm going to do is probably work on the rear engine mount bolt, because then again, once the rest of the bolts are down, loosened down low, it just drops right down. So that's next on the list. Okay. I feel like I'm trying to remember this size. Nice. Moving on. I'm pretty sure that is the 15. This is the toughest part when the car is up in the air. Just trying to get this angle. That's tough. Whew. I need a step stool to go. Probably should have loosened this before I picked the car up. Would have been the most alpha play. Trying to remember. I think I would set this first through the tie rod. Drop this through. Set the other extension. Hold up. Oh, my pants scratch up the car. This is a moving blanket. This is a clean one before anyone goes crazy. Oh, the head's fucked anyway, so whatever. Oh, you gotta be careful doing this, and this. Oh, do I? Oh, I gotta set this up. Tuck that in. Tuck this in. And then there you go. Now I can lean. better luck just getting it off since it's already in place. Spiderweb again, bastards. I ran the car after I fixed this lower line and I don't see any leaks, so my fix on the turbo worked. But this shit's still fucked. So. Definitely not the right size. Definitely not the right size. And we don't want a long one anyway. That was my mistake. I think it might be a 15. 15? 15 short. Really tight, annoying spot to work in, guys, but that's what it is. Yep, 15. Now, where's my extension? Get the bolt on it. There we go. There's my extension. Oh boy, no, this is the tough part. Getting onto this through here. What then takes you 2 hours to do. This takes you like 2 or 3 hours to try and get one thing in place. That's how it always goes. There we go. That's off. Now. problem with working blind. Oof. I think it's hooked up. Yeah, hooked up as it can be. Let's see if we can get it. Where's my long bar? Let's see if we can crack this. Nice. Sweet. Sweet. Cool. From here, maybe better. Kind of works. Put it down that way. Okay, that works. That works. I can see. Okay. Ooh. Got it. Alright, that's the rear engine mount bolt. Oop. Tool came off. Shit. I gotta say, this is the toughest part of this job. Just getting this thing to stay on. But now that we've cracked it, it actually might just be easier to take off from the bottom now. Oh, cool, look at that. It's an automatic bit delivery system. They delivered it to the bottom of the car, exactly where I needed it. Get a little adjustable 3/8. And you can tuck in and get this guy off. Especially now that it's already opened up anyway. Should be easier. This is the toughest part, man, when you're working with limited space. I need this swivel. Grabbing it with my hands. I got it. I got it. Yes. There it is. Come on. Yes. Yes. Got it. All right. 15mm off the rear engine mount. So now, 2 lower control arm bolts, then I'm going to do front ones off, rear ones off, and we'll do the middle ones slowly. That way we can just bring it down, but I'm still going to have to probably bring it like this, which is what I did last time. So I think these shields need to come off in order to take the front ones. Yeah. Shit. I hate taking this thing off. I could get away with loosening this. Well, I don't have to take it off completely, but off, off, off. That's attached to that, and that's off. Right. No. Oh, there you are. Walk right by you. Okay. You're right next to me. My trusty 7mm. This one's gonna have to come off too. Well, actually, you know what? I might have a tool. I might have a bar that could go in there. But it doesn't matter because these have to come off anyway. I don't know why I'm trying to convince myself. These have to come out anyway. Right, those guys on the inside, those ones are the bitches, the real bitches. Inside one is annoying as hell. At least that's free, that's free. This is off. This can get pulled off. Yeah, there's a part of me that's like I should just take off the front bumper. whole front bumper off. It's headlights, 2 more bolts, and then I get all this free. This will come down anyway without hitting this. I don't think it's totally necessary. Just gotta make sure all this stuff is free. Nothing breaks or bites. It's a T20. That's off. These are all off. These are off. This is just the plastic there. Okay. Is it T20 or T25? In my case. In your case, it may just be your 7mm. But in my case, I think I've thrown a couple extras in here. Whatever works, brothers. Whatever works. There you go. It's off. Alright, that's everything on these. This is free. This is free. For the most part, it's just stuck on plastic. Got this house mixed up in my head, sorry. Yeah, actually that makes more sense that sits up like that. Versus the opposite. Which way it's out. Which way it's out. It's out and free. So this really shouldn't. It's gonna hit this on the way out, but it is. It's still done. Clips in here, so this is okay. This isn't the end of the world. I'm fine with letting this hang. It gives plenty of clearance to get this out. Okay. Pretty sure these are 18s or 17s, and I've taken them off so many fucking times. So they should come off like butter. Keyword is should. just kind of hanging because I don't want to have to hammer the shit out of these. I want its own weight to kind of pull it down. So I'm going to loosen these. Nope. Nope, still not yet. Nope. But it's almost at the end of its thread, so consider this side good for right now. It's all the way at the top, pretty much. So it's this side. Use an open end, otherwise when you get to the tippity top, you'll be jammed in there. Is the protrusion of the ball joint bolt is really close to the top of the ABS splines on the outer axle, or on the outer CD, I should say. So now, let's work on these. I'm pretty sure this is a 16. Pretty sure these are 16. So let's work on the front ones first. Check my phone now. We're at almost an hour. We're at almost an hour, so it's taking a little bit longer than I would have liked, but I have spent a lot of time explaining, so I don't think we're doing too bad on time, if I'm honest. So I have a 16, a 17, and an 18. sure the front one is the 16. It could be a 15. Pretty sure it's a 16. 16 it is. Oh boy. Oh boy. Christ. Okay. That's one. I forget, these are under tension too, so I'm doing in stages. That's one. The front ones are short anyway. Whew. Boy, I can't wait for this one. My favorite, a bad angle. I don't even know if I'm gonna have enough room here. Woo! Okay. That's those two done. That's those two open. Let's see. No, the middle one is larger. I'm pretty sure the back ones are 16s too. Yep, back ones are 16s. Let's crack the back ones over here. Sorry for all the noises. So what you get is Saab DIY mechanic work ASMR. Okay, is that side loose? Driver's side. Okay. Remember, there's a washer on the rear in between the body and the subframe. We can go over the tightening torques when it's time to reinstall these, because they're all different, and I think the rear has a degree stage, so it's a 2-stage tight torque. Okay. Oh, you know what? Shit, I gotta take this exhaust off. That's okay. I can get this last bolt first. Again, pretty sure that's 18. Whew. Let's see. What do we got? First of all, let's get these. Okay. Get these out of there. What do we got? 18. So 16 in the front, 16 in the rear, 18 in the middle. The more you know. Oh, yeah, these are tight. Oh boy. Whew. That's gonna be tough. Okay. I don't think we'll get this one if we didn't get that one. Actually, I do have an 18 6-point. I don't like using a 12-point when it's too tight because potential for slip. It's too great. So let's transition to the 18. No 18. 18's back here. Might need a torque bar for this one. Here comes the big boy. The big bar, 18 millimeter. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Okay. Let's got here. Any other better angle? Here. This sucks too. Oh man. These are monsters. Bad angle. Come on, baby. Jesus. Tough angle. I'm getting pushed back. Jesus. And it cracked too, I heard it. Okay. Not back here. No. It's way worse. Whew. Jeez. Whew. Well, I will congratulate myself on a good job torquing them down. Okay. I cracked it, but it's not working now. Whew. Maybe get the gun on it. Whew. Gun's a bitch, though. Let's see. Whew. Oh, this gun's so heavy. Ugh. There we go. Whew. Monster. But I'm gonna give myself credit where credit is due. I cracked that shit before the gun did, so. Oh yeah. Alright. Let's see. Quick water break. Alright guys, we're almost there. It's just about an hour. going so far? I think it's going pretty good. Make sure to, I'm going to do the YouTube thing here. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Back to it. Almost there. We do have to take the downpipe off. That's 3 bolts. Well, 3 nuts holding the downpipe onto the turbo. And then in my case, I have a V-band that connects to the mid-pipe. So, that makes it a little bit easier, let's call it. And then I gotta disconnect those 2 sensors. Should have gotten the off of the downpipe. Okay. Downpipe. Top ones in my case are 12s. Just put them on, so easy enough to take them off. One. And that's 2. And in my case, the bottom one is a 13, which I just put somewhere. Ah! Where did I put you? You're the 12. You're not the 13. Front. Off, and the bottom washer out. These will come off when I take the downpipe off. Let's see, I think that's an 11 millimeter on my V-band. Now, back over here. gotta say, guys, one of the most annoying fucking things was lining up this exhaust. I gotta say, it's always been super fucking annoying. Takes me a couple tries every time to get these things to not hit the subframe, get it lined up in the rear. It's such a fucking pain. Now I'm gonna have to hang this motherfucker. Sorry I'm swearing so much, it's just so darn annoying. Please don't fall on my face. Almost. There we are. Should get another jack stand so that the weight is off of this. The last thing I want to do is let this fucking thing bend. I gotta tell you guys, I mean, all these companies make nice little aftermarket exhausts, but the fitment is just always like, you know, guys, what does it take to give like one more inch of fucking material? Like, why? The downpipe, if you guys have one, there's this much clearance between the downpipe and the transmission. I mean, that's like fucking wild, dude. What is it like? I have all this space here. What is it to make this thing go out like another inch and give it a little bit more clearance? What the fuck? We're not paying $200 for these things. We're paying fucking $600-700 for these fucking downpipes. So let that be a fucking PSA. And that's for any company. I think they're all going to be the same shit, in my opinion. So that's the nuts off the downpipe. There's one washer still on there, but I gotta take these. This is the worst part. Easily the worst part is trying to take these O2 sensor clips off. Let's see what we got. And again, the car's lifted. Everything is in the way. Put that there. First one is the front one. Should probably take this throttle tube out. It's gonna have to come out anyway. Okay, front one's off. And the rear one is easier. A little bit more room. Okay. Rear one is off. Okay. No, flashlight, don't fall. Okay, so the lines are off. Now I gotta disconnect them from the bracket. That's even more fun. What's even more fun, you ask? Oh, getting them back in is even more fun, guys. Because it wasn't tough enough to put them in before. Great. That's one. I like to try and do the rear first, because if you do the rear first, it gives you more room for the front. Still, you know, still kind of a bitch to get it out, but it's okay. Nice, that's the front one. Again, of course, everything's in the way. You got the bar, you got the bracket. Whew. Okay. That's off. Rear. There's the front. There's your downpipe. Cha-ching. You still with me? We're an hour and 20 in. We're almost there. This is the last bit. This is unedited, raw format. I do want to get one, bear with me, one engine stand, or not engine stand, but a jack stand, just for the exhaust. I don't want it hanging there by its own. Stupid weight on that clamp in the back. It's kind of stupid. There we go. Oh yeah. Get this out now. The other side of the car. Cool. There we go. Nice, she's up. She's up and nice. Part of me wants to get rid of this fucking AC system. That's a topic of debate for another day. Fuck it. Okay. Moving on. Here. Alright, we'll take the rear ones out first. That's right, and I thread lock these too. There's one. Tough angles, man. Tough angles. 1046. Oh, this one's tight. There's the back. All right. Oh, it's just anti-Caesar. Yeah, I thought it was bits of thread. I was like, oh no. My worst nightmare. Subframe thread. No, we're all good. We're all good. Alright, now the two middle ones. Here we go. Now, here's what we're going to do. Let's see. First of all, I got to check the time. What time is it? Never took the battery off, by the way. So that's good. Check the time. What's it say? 10:46. I'll take it. 10:46 it is. Still some time. Okay. Out. Pick this up from where the exhaust channel goes. Now, the big boy. Let's see. Clean. I know because I just fucking put it up there. Took the oil pan off not long ago. Last one. All right. That's that. Now, here we go. Get down before I hit my 9.5 and fuck up that too. Fuck that up too. There you go. Okay, now the only thing, lower ball joints, should be the only things holding it at this point. Okay, that's it. I see it moving. These are tight. Just keep that tight. Keep this tight. You don't need nobody going nowhere. That's it. Certainly did. Got it. That's under tension. That back one's under tension. We're good. We're good right now. We're good. This is good. This is tight. This isn't going anywhere. Nice. I see the bag dropped a little bit, but it's to be expected, you know? That's how it goes. So, okay. Tight, tight. That's the most important thing. We're tight on either end. Good. Okay, so now lower ball joints. Need a hammer. We'll hammer them and they should pop. Boing. It's gonna get loud in here. Just needs a good bit of clearance. Let's see, how's this side? This side pop from the weight? Or is it still holding? Still holding. Okay. Yeah, this side you can tell the CD boot really went. That's so funny. I just swapped to see how the old ones were. Dropped. Perfect. And you heard the clinging of the washers that fell on the rear bolts, and these are them. So now we got to get back under there and continue taking these bolts off, and subframe should come right out. That's it. Back on the mat. Careful because these will fall. Nope, still not enough. That's one. That's one side down. You see, it's already going. That's it. We gotta do the same on this side. Where's my? Yep. To the other side. Do it from the inside here. Passing it off. Oh, shoot. Let me see the nut. Okay. Now the fun part, to wiggle this thing out without damaging these plastics. Almost. Trying to avoid this plastic. Close. There it is. And that's two. Last time I had it on my chest as I brought it out. This time, a little bit easier. Let's bring this out. And that's a subframe out. Now, next step, oil pan. Catch you guys in the next one.